I've had all sorts of problems this morning. Welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. Today my plan is to wire the new cabin with electricity. There's no insulation, just open studs, so it's going to be, hopefully it won't be hard to get that wired up and get it ready to tie into the electric. I have been having some problem with the electric. Currently you can hear a generator running and I'm charging my new batteries. I don't know what the problem is completely. Something's draining. Part of it's not getting a good charge. I'm going to be working on that, doing some research already on that. I think I've got some plans on that as well. But I bought a battery monitor, but it needs the batteries fully charged. So I want to make sure that they're completely charged. I did have to buy a lithium battery charger because you can't just charge, well, you can charge, theoretically you can charge LiFePO 4 batteries with your normal lead acid chargers if you can set a certain setting. Mine couldn't, so I went and got a LiFePO 4 battery charger, or one that will handle the lithium batteries, and I'm working on topping those off. So unfortunately you may hear a slight roar in the background with that today, but it's not bad. Decibels are only like around 60 decibels or so, maybe a little more, 65. So we're able to sit out here and talk, and not a big deal. I wanted to actually move the generator to the back side of the building, but the ground's not level enough, and so I haven't done that yet. And eventually we're going to build a on the lean-to behind the storage building. We're going to be making it, not enclosing it, but adding, you know, a cover to it, and I'll put the generator back there, so it won't be a big deal at all if we decide to use it for other reasons as well. So that's what's on tap. I still got so much, I still got to do something with that John Deere. I don't know, but one of the reasons why we want the covered is so we can put these things like the lawnmower in. I may have a few more trees come down. I haven't done cleanup on any of the trees out there, so Starlink is still sitting on those ugly blue barrels. I've gotten some trash behind the shed, or behind the other building right now, that needs to go to the dump. I'm going to try to do this from here, and hopefully you can hear. I did get a Predator 9500 super quiet, which compared to a smaller generator, a little bit smaller, but another big one we have, it's stupid loud. So this isn't horrible. Like I said, move it around the corner and it won't be a big deal at all. After I've used it a little bit, I'll go ahead and do a review on it, but so far I really like it. So I've made some impromptu steps just to make it a little bit easier to get in here. We did get our wood stove. It is here. I haven't opened it yet, but that's the main stove, and then these are other stuff that goes with it. Again, haven't opened those at all yet. I've gotten some of my electrical, you know, some breaker boxes and nuts and wires and connectors and everything. But this is the building. I plan on putting a plug directly under those windows. I'm going to have another one over here in the corner. I'm going to have one up in the loft. I plan to put one over here, and then another one actually where those the doubles are right there. I'm going to have another one there, and then we'll have one about there in that area, which will be about the bathroom. And then up here, I haven't decided where yet, but I'm going to have one up here as well. Those are mainly for future, but we wanted to go ahead while there's no insulation, there's nothing here, now's the time to do it. We do plan on putting a wall from that stud, well, to the stud right there by the window, to wall that section off. We're going to put a barn door, a sliding barn door there with windows, so we still get light in there. But that's where we're going to put the composting toilet right there between those two windows, with a sink and then some sort of storage over here. Right here is going to be the wood stove. This is where we plan on putting the wood stove, and it'll vent through the ceiling. And over here we are going to have like some closet space, but we're not going to frame that in. My bride is still trying to figure out what exactly she wants to do there, but we're not framing that in. And then one other thing we decided to do is we're going to take out this 2-foot section of the loft. We like the 8-foot loft, but when it comes time to putting in electric and ceiling fans and all that kind of stuff, this is in the way. You know, basically we'd want to put the ceiling fan there, which was off center. If we take this 2-foot section out, we can put the ceiling fan right here, right at the top. We'll have the ceiling fan up there, and it'll look better. And if you've ever been in a house where something's not centered quite right, it can cause some grief. Some of us to twitch. So that's anyway the plan. I'm not wiring it into the electric system yet. I just want to get the wiring inside here. Once it's inside, we can start working on insulation. Once we have insulation, we can start putting up stuff to cover the walls, cover the insulation, putting down floors, and that kind of stuff. So we're excited. I got a lot to do, and unfortunately it's noon. I've had all sorts of problems this morning, not with this project, but we bought the generator yesterday. I thought I was going to be charging last night, and then my charger wasn't right, and then I got the charger, and then I didn't have the oil, and I just pretty much decided I was just being told, don't rush it, take your time, do it during the daylight. So, which sort of turned out well, because I still had to connect the battery to the generator and fill it with oil and fill it with gas, which wasn't a big deal, but being able to see and not do everything by flashlight made it a whole lot easier. So that's today's task. I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm having hard time just getting a chance to make edit videos. I'm making lots of videos, but I'm having a hard time getting them edited, getting them uploaded, between the batteries draining when I don't think they should be, and work just taking up a lot more time. That's not been good. My laptop doesn't want to run my editing software unless it's plugged into an actual power source. It doesn't want to do it on batteries, even if it's fully charged. So that's been problematic. So different things. Anyway, I'm still trying to do once a week videos as normal. I try to upload every Sunday morning, and I'm going to keep trying, but I can't guarantee that's always going to happen. I have been doing some shorts, so if you're not following on YouTube, follow so you can catch the shorts. All right, it's time to get this party started. All right, it's 5 o'clock, and I'm done for the night. I'm trying to just wrap some stuff up, clean some stuff up. Let me show you what I did. It is hard. I drilled some holes through the 2x4s. I've got my plugs in. Okay, you can see the red wires. I didn't buy the wire I thought I bought. I thought I was getting a 3-strand wire, and I ended up with a 4-strand. I didn't need 4. So that cost a lot more money than I needed. But anyway, these 2 plugs are wired in, as are this plug and this plug are both wired in. as well. I'll go straight down through the floor and out to tie into the solar system. And then I still plan to come up and across. I need to put a plug, a light fixture, and an on-off switch in the bathroom that I have not built. The light fixture and plug will go probably right through there somewhere. The light switch will be right on side this wall that you walk inside. I'm also going to put a light switch there that will power the ceiling fan and the light that is not ran yet either. I did also decide, because we're working on this, we're going to take this 2-foot section out, and I've got it removed from the 2x6, but I haven't taken it off. I figure I'll cut it, and then once it's down, I'll take the 2x4 or the 2x6 out, and that opens up this area a little bit more. One other thing we did is we unboxed the wood stove. Can't really see anything. It's a black box. But we did unbox that. The glass that goes in the door is probably in that box. We haven't opened the other 2 boxes yet. But that's what we've got done. Not as much as I wanted to do, but I did get quite a bit done. Still charging batteries, as you can hear. The 12 volts are theoretically charged, but once the sun goes down, I'll really see how charged they really are. That was my problem with the lithium, is as soon as the sun would go down, the power would drop immediately. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. I'm going to finish cleaning things up. I think I am going to go ahead and interrupt this charge and move it so it's behind the buildings a little bit better. It's not horrible, but at the same time, I think we're going to try to sit around a campfire tonight, and we'd like a little bit more building between us and it. I think shrimp fajitas are on the menu on the Blackstone tonight, so I want to get things cleaned up, put away, and a shower taken before cooking some dinner. Church is tomorrow, and I plan to rest. I'm going to try. With all this stuff in here to do, I really just want to come over here. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to rest. Next week is time change, which will have already happened by the time you see this video probably. And we'll have more time in the evenings, assuming work doesn't interfere. I was laughing, sitting here, and I'm like, this might be a good place to deer hunt. Just lift up the window and sit here, and when they come up, probably not. It tells me that big gun going off in here would not be good. All right, well, I know I didn't show you a whole lot. I stripped wires, I connected them to the plugs. If you've never done that, it's not hard. The one thing I do want to tell you about, because the first time I did it, if you buy a breaker box, they do not come with the ground wire bar. You have to buy that separate. I found that out after I got back here the first time, and I'm getting ready to put everything together and realized I didn't have one. And the hardware store that had that piece was 45 minutes away, one way. So I think that day I made an hour-and-a-half trip to buy one. I wasn't happy. But I remembered this time, and I got this. I am planning, the lines of this, I am planning to add another box inside the building that will allow us to shut off electric from one building or the other from the solar kit. That way I can turn off both buildings from over there, or I can turn off one or the other. I just wanted to give a little bit more flexibility on the power that's going out, and a good cutoff to shut it off from the system. Thanks for coming along. I hope you subscribe. Hit the like button, please, and ring the bell, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.